had that problem. Now we take a look at the tail of the tape, and we can tell you that the height, the weight, just about exactly the same. You see a difference in age here. Garcia 8 years younger. The reach exactly the same. So Chris Bird, not a lot of difference in these two guys.
Not a lot. Same record. It's going to be a great fight.
Here comes Travis Sims in. He didn't begin fighting actually until he was 26 years old. While he's not well known, I'll tell you a couple of things about him.
大家好，老师从业中医男科30余年，帮助了数千名海内外华人朋友通过中药调理重回男性雄风。如果你也存在房事时间短、勃起无力、硬度差、中途疲软、肾虚、前列腺炎等问题，现在就加中医老师微信574-993-200，纯中药，一人一方，治根治本，帮助你持续坚挺20至40分钟，补肾壮阳，延时助勃，彻底告别快男软男。记住微信574-993-200。
Well, if he can do those things, another thing I'll tell you about, he's had 6 knockout victories in a row. This is his first fight. You heard Ron Borges say he hasn't fought in 13 months. That could affect the guy. You're a guy that had trouble. You were off a long time. And when you made your comeback, I won't say comeback fight, but had to fight a few months ago, it was difficult for you too.
Yeah, 13 months is a long time, and he's going to be a little rusty coming into his fight.
All right, all of his 17 knockouts are inside of 4 rounds. He has 7 first-round knockouts. So while they talk about the power of Alejandro Garcia, Travis Sims can bang too. But in fairness to Garcia, he's probably been up against better quality opposition. Do you agree with that?
I agree with that. He's a world champion. He's a world champion. He fought at world championship level.
Well, Travis Sims has a twin brother named Tarvis Sims, who's also undefeated. But kind of an interesting note on this guy, he's a 5th-generation fighter. We mentioned the twin brother, also an undefeated professional, but his great-great-grandfather, his great-grandfather, his grandfather, his dad, and his twin brother. That's a lot of pedigree.
Wow. He know how to fight.
Yes, he does. Travis Sims comes in. He's decked out in those kind of silvery blue trunks. Coming off a November 02 7th-round TKO victory over Anton Robinson. And the opponent and reigning WBA Super Champion is Alejandro Tarek Garcia. He's the WBA Super Welterweight Champion. This again is a battle of 2 undefeated fighters. And once again, I'm going to ask for the bird watch as you tell us what he needs to do.
Alejandro needs to walk him down through the whole fight, put the pressure on. He needs to hit anywhere because Sims have a lot of angles, and he needs to throw anywhere and land anywhere and make the ring small by cutting it off.
Alejandro Garcia, as he strolls in, 13 straight wins by stoppages. In the first 13 fights of his career, had 10 knockouts all inside of 2 rounds. 1 in the 3rd round and an additional 1 in the 4th. So as you take a look at our troops in Mosul with the M16s at the ready, the M16s in this case are gloves of the prize ring, and you'll see Alejandro Garcia and Travis Sims underway momentarily as Alejandro, the pride of Tijuana in Mexico, 22-0, 21 knockouts, makes his way in. This is his 2nd title defense. His last time out, I called the fight against Roshai Wells. He was able to go 10 rounds in that fight. This one, he'll probably try to take Travis Sims out as quick as he possibly can. I see Michael Buffer standing by, so without further ado, we'll get this one underway. We waited a long time for it. Let's go to our ring announcer, Michael Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, to get things started from the 101st Airborne, here is Staff Sergeant Wayne Ebenreiter.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the WBA Super Welterweight Championship of the World.
This world title bout, ladies and gentlemen, is a presentation of Don King Promotions, brought to you in association with Caesars Atlantic City, Bally's Atlantic City, and CMX Exchange. Sanctioned by the New Jersey State Athletic Control Board, Boxing Commissioner Larry Hazard Sr., Chairman Gerald Gormley, WBA President Gilberto Mendoza, Supervisor at ringside for the WBA, Gilberto Mendoza Jr. The 3 judges scoring this contest on the 10-point system will be Franco Priami, Gonzalo Riveras, and Eugenia Williams. And when the bell rings, your referee in charge of the action, Sammy Viruet. And now, ladies and gentlemen, an undefeated champion takes on an undefeated challenger. Somebody's O has got to go in this battle for the WBA Super Welterweight Championship of the World. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing blue, he officially weighs 154 pounds. His professional record, a perfect one. 22 bouts, 22 victories, including 17 knockouts. From Norwalk, Connecticut, here is the undefeated #1 ranked contender in the world, tremendous Travis Sims. And going across the ring, fighting out of the red corner, wearing green with white and red. His official weight, also 154 pounds. He, too, has a perfect professional record consisting of 22 bouts, 22 victories, including 21 knockouts. Damas y caballeros de Tijuana, Mexico, the reigning, defending, undefeated WBA Super Welterweight Champion of the World, Alejandro Garcia.
All right, so we're just about set to go as Sammy Viruet, the New Jersey referee, calls him to the center for the final instructions.
I expect you to obey my commands at all times. Touch him up, protect yourself, good luck to both.
Garcia's trunks primarily green. Travis Sims in kind of silvery trunks. Quickly, the rules. 10-point must scoring system. No standing 8 count. No 3 knockdown rule. And the fighter cannot be saved with the bell in any round. Only the referee can stop the fight. As you take a look at Sims, his trunks, although described as light blue, actually will look silver to you on your screen. They're very, very light blue with royal blue trim. And is Garcia ready to go? They call him Alex. They call him Terra. His name is Alejandro Garcia. He's the reigning WBA Super Welterweight champ, and Travis Sims wants it. Travis Sims, you notice, is jabbing with that right hand. He's a southpaw. Now, Chris Bird, you know something about southpaws, being one yourself.
Yeah, Travis Sims seems to be a boxer. He looked patient. He knows he's in with a big puncher, so he got to take his time and try to pick his shots.
And again, everybody has talked about the big punch of Alejandro Garcia, but Travis Sims can bang himself. As I pointed out, his last straight 6 victories were all by the KO route himself, and all 17 of his knockouts, 17 victories have been by way of knockout. So this guy can bang with 17 KOs in his record. There it is right there. This is round number 1. It's scheduled for 12. Alejandro loads up the right hand, which just grazes the left temporal bone, and then works downstairs of Travis Sims.
Alejandro Garcia just seems to be waiting, picking his shots and trying to set that big right hand up.
Of course, they say the way to fight a southpaw is to throw the straight right hand down the middle. Conversely speaking, I suppose, Chris, throw the straight left down the middle for the southpaw work.
Yep, that's it. It'll work.
See in the lower left corner of your screen the real fighters watching in the lower left-hand corner from Mosul in Iraq. Glad that you can be with us, guys. Keep the guns at the ready. Minute 25 seconds to go in this first round of a scheduled 12-round affair, the 154-pound division. I'm Bob Sheridan. With me is Chris Bird. The entire production staff here. Hope that you enjoy it wherever you're watching around the world as Travis Sims begins to score. Sims having a nice first round here, Chris.
Yeah, he's dictating with nice jab and hand speed. But one thing I see him doing a little bit wrong, when he starts throwing punches, he raises his head up a little bit, and that's dangerous against a puncher. That chin is in the air.
Plus, he's trying to work off the left shoulder of Alejandro Garcia and sliding around to his right off that left shoulder, trying to stay away from the power shot. Right then he got clipped in the kind of the belly. It didn't hurt him any, but he felt a little bit of the pressure there. Just looked like a grazing blow, but I think he caught a piece of him.
Yeah, he felt the power of Garcia in that punch.
Moving nice with 34 seconds to go in this, the first round of the scheduled 12-round affair. Zab Judah in our first fight, explosive, with a big first-round knockout victory to retain his championship.
This round was more of a filling out filling out process for each fighter. You know, you just try to figure out what they're going to do, knowing that they both got pretty good punching power.
And this in the closing seconds now, the first round becomes a difficult round to score. And there's the bell, ending round number 1 as we go to the corner of Travis Sims.
Step over more to the right. You're going to drop something to the body and then the head once in a while. And they kill it. You're doing good, right? You're good. You got to keep stepping to the right, kid. All right? Keep the hands up. Right? Number 1. All right? Keep the hands up. Otherwise, everything, pump the jab a little more. Keep working that jab. But don't do it. Right? You're going to start trying to pick it up now. You're going to give it a little blow. Don't make excuses with the referee. Let the referee do his job. You do yours, okay? Cool. Otherwise, you're looking good, kid. Keep working. Once in a while, drop, step over a little more to the right and bring that up. There you go. All right? Just run a towel across that canvas, all right?
All right, we're coming up to round number 2 here in Atlantic City. Boardwalk Hall, the WBA Super Welterweight Championship on the line. The reigning champ, Derek Garcia. And right away, it's Travis Sims opening up with a shot that catches the attention. Garcia didn't like that and comes right back with some shots of his own downstairs, but they don't connect. Short with a jab, and now Garcia tries to put pressure on Travis Sims. No sense of urgency here by Garcia, but he wants to land a shot and try to make this guy Sims a believer.
Yeah, he's taking his time. And I think he's going to figure out later in the fight that he's going to have to put the pressure on it and try to smother some of the punches that Sims throwing.
You know, they talk about all of his early victories. He did have to go 10 rounds to stop Roshai Wells on a technical decision in his last fight out, so he can go 10 to 12 rounds if he has to. On the other hand, Sims has never been 12 rounds, and he's only been 10 rounds once in his 22-fight career. But he has 17 KOs, as we mentioned in the last round. Just touching each other up now. More feeling out here, and downstairs goes Travis Sims.
The southpaw style of Travis Sims is throwing Garcia off right now. I think he felt the power of Sims too. A little bit of his power. Also, he don't want to come straight in and get caught with something stupid.
He looks like he's reaching instead of driving off that back foot, which means he's tentative when he's reaching. Chris, as you well know, for the right-handed fighter, you're going to be driving off that right back foot to get any power. He looks nice ducking underneath the shot thrown by Travis Sims, but he's got the crowd restless here as it's really a kind of jockeying for position here right now.
Well, Travis is giving him, a good angle, and he's taking that step back, and it's throwing Garcia off track a little bit. He has him reaching. That's what the southpaw want the right-hander to do.
Coming up to the 1 minute remaining mark in round number 2. Travis Sims facing you in the silver trunks. To the left of your screen in the green trunks is Alejandro Garcia. Oh, looping shot just fell a little bit short of the chin. Boy, that was a good shot thrown by Sims. Just caught a piece of the chin of Garcia. That time he loads up the left hand that time. And don't forget, for the southpaw, that is the power shot. Hey, I tell you one thing, I like what I'm seeing in Sims.
Yeah, he's really relaxed. And that's good. He's very relaxed. He hasn't fought in 13 months. So he knows if he go into the later rounds, he need that energy down the stretch.
I'll tell you this, Chris, he doesn't look rusty for a guy that's been off for 13 months. He had to sue to get a shot at this title, you know.
Yeah, he looks really good. And you can tell by his amateur experience what kind of skills he has. He's a smart fighter in the ring.
Well, as we say that, it's Terry Garcia that lands some shots to his head. So Terry's not going to go out without saying a word. He caught him with a good right hand. And that time, Travis Sims felt the power of Alejandro Garcia. Sammy Viruet says, hey, don't hang on. Closing seconds now, the second round. And while Sims was having a terrific second round, all of a sudden Garcia exploded.
Wow.
You're not fighting your fight. You have to fight your fight. Stand in front of it.
Alejandro Garcia now is putting pressure on, throwing the straight punches. That straight right hand is dangerous. He has him where he wants him, on the ropes, and that's what he needs to do to win the fight.
Well, for all the boxing that he did, Garcia looked terrific in the closing seconds, and now we take a look at Sims, and all of a sudden, he's got the attention. He was boxing beautifully, and then Garcia decided, hey, I'm not going to let you outbox me like this, and he opened up. Now the question is, did the judges, based on that one flurry, give that round to Garcia, or does Sims on his boxing for about 2 minutes and 45 seconds win that round?
It's a close round.
Yeah. All right, here we go with round number 3, again scheduled for 12. Sims, as you see to the right of your screen, Garcia to the left of your screen. Terra is what all his friends call him, and he is a Terra. His name is Alejandro. In the United States press, they sometimes refer to him as Alex, but he's Alejandro Garcia in the green trunks. That are facing you right now. The looping right hand catches a piece of Travis Sims, and Sims has to hang on. Referee Semi Viruet does his job. Right in the center of the ring is Travis Sims. He's waiting and waiting and waiting, and if he does, Garcia will explode with a right hand. Cat and mouse here, Chris?
Yeah. Travis Sims with the southpaw style got Alejandro Garcia thinking a little bit. He needed to put that right foot outside that Alejandro needed to put his right foot outside his left foot so he can stop the movement of Travis Sims.
Short with his punch that time is Sims. Alejandro falls short with his. This guy looks like he's been to the Chris Bird School of Boxing. In other words, he's using his head out there, Chris.
Yeah.
He's thinking.
He's very patient. And like I said, that 13 months off will have you thinking, too. You got to go 12 rounds this time.
Now, this is posturing, trying to load up the right hand again, and he does, but doesn't quite get it off because he gets tied up by Travis Sims as that punch sailed over the shoulder of Travis. And Travis decides he wants to open up with an exchange of his own.
Alejandro Garcia got to start taking more chances like he did at the end of the second round.
Minute to go in the third. And his Sims getting off first, and he catches Garcia. Garcia battles back while hanging on the one hand. He fires the right hand. Tied him up. Does Travis Sims.
Travis Sims is fighting a nice fight from the outside. I mean, he's really controlling the fight with that southpaw style.
Garcia's been fighting in more or less spurts, but you get the idea that he's got the power as he bangs to the left side of the body of Travis Sims. No real damage done. Taking on the protector there. And he attacks again with 20 seconds to go in the third round. There's our troops watching in Iraq. And we'll be coming to you throughout the course of the evening, so I hope you're enjoying seeing it as much as we are enjoying bringing it to you guys. You deserve it. As the bell ending the third round, another close round as we go to Garcia's corner. You favor anybody in that round, Chris?
It's a very close round. You can give it to Travis Sims for...
Try to get him in the corner. How do you feel? Right hand over the jab. Goes move from side to side and work on the body. Right, and then go left hook. And come up with an uppercut. Okay? Goes, use your head in there. Remember the right and then the left.
All right, here we go with round number 4. From Atlantic City, New Jersey, this is the WBA Super Welterweight Championship of the world. 154-pound division as Alejandro Garcia opens up, blasting him with a right hand, taken right on the left side of the cheek by Travis Sims. And this is what Garcia wants to do now. Terra Garcia, right in front of his man, wants to land some right hands. As I say that, Travis Sims comes out with a right hand of his own. It's his left hand that's the power shot for the southpaw. Sims to the left of the screen, sort of facing you. In the silver trunks, with his back to is Garcia.
Need to keep firing those right hands. He came out firing 2 straight. Now he's just pausing and waiting and allowing Travis Sims to set up jabs and left hands.
As the power shot gets through that time, and for a second time, it lands high in the cheekbone of Travis Sims. Sims catches him with a light left that time, misses with the left hand, as you say. Remember, both of these men are undefeated, and they're fighting like it out there. Chris, what's that old adage when a guy has never lost, sometimes he doesn't know how to lose, and that's the way these guys are fighting.
Yeah. You might want a blemish record.
Garcia lunging forward, but missed most of those shots. Slightly touched him up with the initial left hand, but didn't land anything else. I like the head movement, the trunk movement of Sims. He makes a difficult target, and that's why Alejandro's missing, on top of the fact that he's fighting a southpaw.
Well, Travis Sims keeping him off balance. You're right. With the movement, the foot movement and the upper body movement, just keeping him off balance every time.
And look at this. He's switched around fighting an orthodox style right now. He's fighting as a right-handed fighter, jabbing with the left hand, trying to give Alejandro a different look. I don't agree with that.
No, I don't agree with it. Stay southpaw, keep him off balance, keep him frustrated, giving him a chance to hit him with that big right hand. .24 seconds
to go in the fourth. Very close fight here. 2 undefeated fighters, and they're fighting that way, that they don't want to give too much ground. One guy does something, the other guy explodes a little bit. Travis Sims wants to box, and as they say that, he lets go with the right hand. Fighting as a right-handed fighter right now. Is that confusing, this guy at all? Huh.
It's confusing.
It is.
It's very confusing. The speed and the movement is very confusing for Alejandro Garcia.
It gives him a whole different look here in the fourth round, as he now jabbing with the left hand, and he catches him with a left hook. And the bell ends round number 4. Standing by in Hasim Rahman's locker room is Tom. Join us. So Tom, take it away. What's going on down there?
Hey, I'm in the locker room right now with Hasim Rahman, The Rock. Are you ready?
Got to be ready now. I'm next.
You are next. That's right. And your boy Zab Judah, he set the pace.
He set the pace. He told me, look, before you get out your clothes, I'll be back in here. What? And before I got out my clothes, he was back in here. So I'm going to go ahead.
Now, what's the plan to beat Ruiz in that unorthodox style that he has?
Just break his rhythm. Don't let him get me into that unorthodox style. Don't allow him to get it off. Keep this hard jab and break his nose.
And when he tries to tie you up, and he's going to try to tie you up,
I got to run him this uppercut and back up. I hit him with this here. He's going to back up out of it.
Ooh, rock mine.
See, I'm getting it. Let me show you how I'm going to do it.
Go ahead, show me then. Show me. Back to boxing.
All right, a very personable character, very loose as Hasim Rahman, as we go to round number 5 here in the super welterweight battle. Of course, coming up after this is the WBA interim heavyweight championship fight between Hasim Rahman and Johnny Ruiz. This is round number 5 in the super welterweight battle, 154-pound division. Alejandro Garcia had a nice 4th round, I thought, Chris. But Sims is still doing a nice job of boxing this guy, and he's out boxing as a right-handed fighter again this round.
Yeah, he's doing a nice job of boxing. He's keeping the fight in the middle of the ring, too. Just circling around in a little circle, keeping Alejandro Garcia a little bit off balance, and he's doing the right thing. He can fight all night like this.
I'll tell you one thing. It really shows the tremendous amount of amateur experience this guy had, because no guy coming into his first world title fight can be fighting with the just strict determination on his face that Travis Sims this is a great opportunity for him to lift the title, because he's not only right in this fight, I got him slightly out in front in this fight right now.
Yeah, I mean, this is his first title fight. He looked smooth. He looked very confident, and he's doing well right now.
Just picking shots, pot-shotting the body. Travis Sims with his back to you. Facing you now to the right of your screen is Alejandro Garcia. Terra Garcia, as his friends call him. The green trunks. Nice left hook that time by Travis Sims. And there's a stiff uppercut. He bangs him with the left hand and a ridge. Oh, down goes Garcia. That he too strong for him to get up? Wow. Up to 4 and 5 and 6. I don't think he's going to make it. It's up to 8, 9, and 10. We've got a brand new champion in the super welterweight division. Look at Travis Sims. Wow. You talked about the power of Garcia. You just saw the power of Travis Sims, the new super welterweight champ. Wow, how about that?
Oh, that was great. Nice hook.
Man, oh man, like a bolt out of the blue. And there was no doubt about it. Alejandro Garcia was knocked out.
Wow. He showed his power. Travis Sims showed his power tonight.
Well, the 22-0, somebody's O had to go, and it's Garcia's O. He moves to 22-1, and Travis Sims remains undefeated at 23-0 and 18 knockouts, and a sensational knockout. Travis Sims choosing to box most of the fight. Garcia tried to use his power at times, but take a look at this Chris Bird. Wow.
Nice jab, patient, uppercut, come back with the hook. Protect yourself at all times. You know, it was off. They're in a clinch. You got to protect yourself at all times. Put those hands up.
Is that just a momentary lapse, Chris?
Just a moment, split second. Hand down, chin in the air, and here it comes. Boom. He was waiting for the referee to come step in. You got to protect yourself at all times, and that's what happened.
Watch this, folks. And watch the momentary lapse. You'll see it. Right there. Boom! Wow.
Oh, wow. Wow. In a clinch. Travis Sims trying to get out. They both trying to get out. Now the momentary lapse, and there it goes. Knockout. You got to protect yourself at all times in boxing.
Boy, if ever
the hands up.
Chris, if ever there was a situation where a man must protect himself, that really tells us.
That was it. He lost his title without protecting himself.
And here's the reaction in Iraq as they see exactly what happened there. There's that troops with their M16s at the ready, locked and loaded, ready for anything they throw at them over there. The true champions have just seen a terrific couple of knockouts.
Well,
all right,
Wally in Iraq.
Wally Matthews is in there, so we'll go to Wally. Wally, go ahead and take it.
Travis, you saw the way they liked it in Iraq. You heard the way they liked it here. It looked like the punch came out of nowhere. Was the referee trying to break you?
No, the referee wasn't breaking us. We was in the inside, and he was holding. I heard him with a punch previous to hitting him with the left hook to knock him out. So he was looking to grab, and when he went to pull back, that's when I hit him with the hook.
It looked to me like you hurt him with a right uppercut. You snuck in an uppercut before.
Exactly. That's the punch that hurt him the first time. And he was looking to grab. And when he was looking to grab, I hit him with the hook.
Now, you guys had... We're going to take another look. We're going to take a look at the knockout. Let's see it on the monitor over here, and you can describe exactly what happened.
Well, you know, I haven't fought in a year. And this is my first fight in a year. So, you know, I want to pace myself and go, you know, get some rounds in. I knew I had a power to finish this guy, you know. So... I was a little anxious, so I had to slow down a little bit and pick my shots. Like I said, I hit him with the uppercut. He was looking for the referee to break us up.
That's exactly what he was doing. He was looking for somebody to come in and stop the action.
Right. He looked at the referee, and I hit him with the hook.
Now, let me ask you this. You're generally a southpaw. That was a left hook thrown by a right-handed boxer.
I'm ambidextrous. I can do everything. You know, when I'm on top of my game, nothing can stop me. Right now, I just got to get back to basics and, you know, stay busy. And that's what it's all about.
But you were switching back and forth throughout the fight, weren't you? You started out southpaw. Did you switch for some reason?
Yeah, just to confuse him because I knew they trained for southpaw, so he didn't. That was the element to the game that he didn't know. That I can go to right hand and be just as effective and probably just more powerful as the left. So, you know, I have a lot of things in my arsenal. I didn't get to show tonight.
Now, you showed enough. Travis, thanks so much and congratulations. Let's go back down to Bob.
All right, let's go to Michael Buffer as we take a look at Garcia's going to be all right as he was knocked out. We still have to make it official for our crowd, our live crowd in attendance here in Atlantic City. So without further ado, let's do that by going to our ring announcer, Michael Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Sammy Virouette reaches the count of 10 and out. The official time, 1 minute, 41 seconds of round number 5. the winner by knockout victory, still undefeated, and new WBA Super Welterweight Champion of the World, tremendous Travis Sims.
Well.